They don't value you because they can feel that you don't value yourself. Every move you make, every word you speak, every hesitation you show, it leaks through. You try to earn their respect with words, approval, or effort. But the truth is brutal. The more you chase value, the cheaper you become. There's only one way they'll ever see your worth: when you stop trying to prove it. If you want to rebuild your inner power and learn how to move through this world with quiet dominance, subscribe now and join me on this path. This isn't motivation. It's mental training for the few who still believe in self-mastery. Most people spend their lives reacting, emotionally, impulsively, constantly seeking validation. But a Stoic doesn't react. He observes. He controls the space between what happens and how he responds. That gap, that stillness, is where all power lives. When you master that space, you stop being predictable. They can't manipulate you. They can't make you chase them. They can't use your emotions as a weapon against you. You become unreadable. Not because you're cold, but because you're in control. And that control makes people feel something they can't explain. Respect. Most people think respect is earned by what you do for others. It's not. Respect is earned by how little you need from them. The less you need, the more they value your presence, because true power is silent. It doesn't beg, it doesn't chase, it doesn't explain. You see, people value what's scarce, and nothing is rarer today than emotional self-control. So when you remain calm in chaos, when you stay grounded while others are losing their minds, when you walk away without anger, explain nothing, and keep your peace, you become unforgettable. That's the paradox. Detachment makes them chase. Calmness makes them curious, and silence makes them respect you. But Stoicism isn't about pretending you don't feel. It's about mastering what you feel. It's about holding power over your impulses instead of being ruled by them. The moment you get angry, they control you. The moment you over-explain, they own the frame. The moment you start proving, you lose authority. The Stoic learns to pause before reacting. He trains himself to ask, is this worth my peace? And most of the time, it isn't. So he lets silence do the talking. He lets time expose the truth. And he saves his energy for what actually builds him. You have to understand something. People test your boundaries not because they hate you, but because they want to see where your power begins and ends. Every reaction tells them who you are. Every emotional outburst gives them a map of your weaknesses. But when you stay still, when you let their noise bounce off your calm like waves against a rock, they realize they can't move you. And that's when they start respecting you. You don't become valuable by demanding attention. You become valuable by becoming rare. A rare man is disciplined. He's composed. He walks into a room and people feel a shift, not because he's loud, but because he's unshakable. He's the one who speaks last, the one who doesn't rush to prove himself, the one who can look someone in the eye without saying a word, and still make them feel small. That's what internal control does. It changes the gravity around you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop trying to convince them you're worthy. Start becoming the kind of man who doesn't need convincing." In today's world, chaos is constant. People are addicted to reactions, outrage, gossip, judgment. They're slaves to emotion because they never trained their mind to lead. But you're different. You're building an internal empire. You're training your discipline like a weapon. You're becoming the calm in the storm. When they shout, you observe. When they provoke, you detach. When they ignore, you stay focused. And every time you do that, your value rises. Because while everyone else is drowning in emotional noise, you're mastering silence. And that silence speaks louder than anything you could ever say. Let me be honest with you. Being calm isn't easy. It's not natural to stay silent when you're disrespected. It's not easy to stay detached when you care deeply, but that's what makes it powerful. Stoicism isn't about emotionless detachment. It's about emotional discipline. You still feel everything. You just don't let those feelings control your direction. And the moment you learn to